Hello everyone, it's Steve with Aptera Owners Club. So this is more footage courtesy of Brad, who gave us the previous footage from the event in Scottsdale. In this video, there is some snippets of the Q&A session with Chris Anthony. So people who went to this event were able to do a Q&A session, very informal. So the footage audio is not the best because Brad was just filming with his GoPro. So Chris Anthony was not mic'd, so you're going to get a lot of background noise, but I think it gives us a great feel of what it would have been like if you were there. So thank you, Brad, for providing us that footage. I did have to edit this footage somewhat with some guidance from Aptera's PR team, and their guidance was anything related to our validation program or production plans, I would request you hold off until we can put out press releases in the coming months. So because they are a publicly traded company, that kind of information has to come through official channels and cannot really come through unofficial channels like this. So if you were there, you could hear that, but you just couldn't disseminate it, I guess. So that's we're respecting that, and I've edited out the things that talk about the validation program and production, specific production plans. But thank you, Brett, for giving us this footage. Also, I had a chance to clean up the supporters thing at the end of the video that I put in. I've been putting that off for a long time, but I updated it because there's some new supporters. And I've realized that there's many of you that have been supporting us for a long time, and I really appreciate that. Thank you guys for holding with us and joining us on this journey, and thanks for watching.
It's really the first step in getting leverage for debts and equity money that we couldn't get a year ago, 2 years ago. Crowdfunding's been great, but
you'll wake up the investors when they actually see the car.
that's true.
Private owners driving them, you're like, okay, it's really
Every
coming.
drive is a
Wake up the
commercial.
tangible product really helps. And then that's the first step of waking up investors, getting on the market.
Getting on the market, you're nothing until you're something in that regard. So now we're something.
Yeah, the truck.
Yeah.
How many cubic feet?
It's 32 cubic feet. It's 1,000 liters of space. You can put a couple mountain bikes back there. You can camp back there. You can put some surfboards back there. There's an amazing amount of Costco toilet paper you can put in there.
If there's any left.
There's any left.
What's the height of the cargo?
The height of the cargo?
How big of a dog crate can I fit in the back?
Oh, that's a solid question. There used to be a number, but I can't really remember what it is. 18 inches, 19 inches?
Not a Great Dane. Not a Great Dane.
Not a great thing. When you go camping in it, you got to camp with your feet towards the dash.
Yeah.
Head back. Or unless you're very, very slow. Like kids camping back there.
Head towards the dash.
Head toward, feet towards the dash, head up and down. Okay.
Oh, with the gate open.
That's gonna be great.
So you get the extension piece. I think Steve Amber was saying in a video that there's an extension piece where you push the seats forward and they have little wells there. Have you guys developed that yet?
It's down the road.
It's on top of priority.
Well, there's different ways to tackle it too. There's an inflatable thing, so you know, you gotta take a footwell where you just put your feet on there. There'd be a little like lip that comes up, and then you have storage underneath. So there's different ways to tackle it. There's like a bar that goes across there, so you can like clip stuff in. So we try to make it easy to look in the vehicle out there and see what that's like an accessory bar. So you can clip a bunch of stuff in there. So take mini forms, and we may not even build it. It may be aftermarket.
I imagine as we focus on getting the four-wheel together. And I guess that's my next question would be, are you gonna be more likely to go for the four-wheeled vehicle or to get back to the in-wheel motors? Right? Because I imagine there'd be a decision point.
Motors first.
Okay. Cool.
You have a YouTube channel?
Not yet.
Not yet?
No.
I would just tell you, send any video that you want to publish to Chris McCammon,
Yeah.
if you could. Anyway.
I was also going to share it with Steve from Aptera Owners Club.
Yeah, sure.
I'm happy to run it by Steve, Chris first.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Now that we're a public company, I
Totally
don't
get
wanna
it.
step all over
Cool.
myself. But you guys paid to come see me and
No, we're
ask
so
me
stoked.
questions, so I'm going to answer questions.
Thank you.
Here's a question for you. Is it,
Sorry, you were saying later.
you go first. Go ahead. One pedal driving?
One pedal driving.
Weird.
So we will stop if you take your foot off the brake.
It'll be adjustable in the UI. This one's not set up for one pedal driving. It's just aggressive
I
assist.
really like that.
Yeah. I don't know that I really like it. I've done it a lot. I used to, my first Tesla Model S, I probably did it for 6 months, and I just went back to like aggressive regen. I don't know, there's something about having the brake pedal there.
I still drive manual transmissions. All my cars are manual.
You
don't want to get creaky.
So weird.
So it's like the water pipes in your house. Like you got to turn the faucets every now and then to make it.
Yeah.
I've got my 2012 Tesla Model S right out there.
I've got a Kia EV9 now. It's it feels a good bit different than the Teslas did. But they built way too many of them a couple years ago, and they were just giving like I paid $360 a month for a lease on it.
Wow.
I was paying $600 a month for my Tesla. I was like,
Yeah.
maybe the Tesla's not so great anymore.
EV9's not a capable vehicle.
Maintenance.
It's got more room. The software sucks. So.
But you can fit a Great Dane in there.
12 years of development of their software too.
Yeah, their software is great. I was hoping that the
maybe now.
Kia would get better over time. It's gotten a little better. It finally unlocks the doors when I walk up with the phone.
Well, those just hit the market like less than 2 years ago.
I mean, they're
In
not
the
being
US,
aggressive.
Yeah.
I've been mine for a year.
I mean, the Tesla, the first 4 years, you didn't have shuffle on your music. So that's a tiny thing, but it's a thing.
Yeah, we
I don't think that's kind of a problem.
Yeah, well, even when they fixed it, it still, what's the right term? Paused the music every 3 or 4 songs.
Weird.
And it even turned off the sound from your blinkers. So it went
I
into
do,
the
I do remember my
network
first
somehow.
Model S. Like a lot of times the blinker sound just wouldn't come on.
Yep.
It just gave
At least you use them. I can't.
anytime anything else was going on, it's like blinkers.
It took me a
Low
while.
priority.
Well, I know this is entirely unfair, but I'm not going to trust Tesla's autopilot if you can't get the shuffle to work.
That's fair.
Now, I know that's not fair. It's a different testing, but yeah.
I think it's reasonable.
Yeah. 6 million line of credit going on like today or soon.
It's a $75 million equity.
The whole thing, but I believe you're actually taking some of it out. I saw there was a 6 million,
That's the it sounds like that's the information. Yeah.
right?
It was authorizing 6 million shares against the letter of credit.
Right, so it's still going to, I can't remember the name of that company.
Circle.
It's doing the 75
New
million.
Circle.
Right, so it's going to them at whatever the price that it closes, right? Whose shares?
New shares.
That'd be
Okay,
delusional.
so it's not yours or Chris's shares, it's new shares are being created
New
for the share,
shares, yeah.
whole purpose of getting that 6 million shares.
Yep.
Okay, so it would be, if it's $5, it would be 30 million, if it's $10, it'd be 60 million?
Exactly.
Okay,
So obviously we wouldn't draw on it all at once.
right.
Drawing it slowly.
It was 200,000 shares at a time, right? Like, I was reading through something and like it was in
It's a
it's a
tranches.
minimum of 200,000
Okay.
shares.
I have no knowledge of that side of new businesses, so I'm trying to learn line of credit, where'd
Right,
that come from?
yeah, exactly.
That kind of thing. That wouldn't be a bad video to put in, honestly.
Basically, the bank buys it at a discount, and if
4%.
they're happy with how it's trading, then they're happy to get stock at a discount.
But then that's
They
their
hold on to
business,
it.
and they'll hold on to it or sail on to it. You get the money from them.
Yeah,
Right.
we have no control over what they do with it. They
Right.
could be like, look at this stock, it's going up every day.
There's like a percentage amount limit that they're allowed to have.
Yeah, 5%.
There's a percentage
5 or something.
amount, yeah, they can't have too much of the company, so they have some regulations.
That's fair.
And they can't short it, right? That was the piece I thought was brilliant you put in there. They can't participate in any shorting.
You'd have to look at the filing to get into the real specifics, but
Okay, cool.
those financial instruments are thick with provisos.
Yeah, that's why they're 30 or 40 pages.
Yeah.
Right? I guess I just came back from sitting in the driver's seat on the passenger seat.
Haven't been yet.
I agree with Marquez on the passenger seat. Footwell needs to be wider. Yeah, I know it's tricky, but for me, the adjustable driver wheel needs to get higher. All my height's in my waist, so I sit like I'm 6'5". And for me, my hands are really low.
You want it to go lower.
No, I want it to come higher when I drive, and then when I get in and out of the car. For right now, my arms are like this when I'm driving. I kind of like to get higher.
is taller
Yeah.
than a standard person.
Right.
But would that obstruct the screens in front? That would be the problem too.
Yeah.
I think the screens.
Many
I
things
think the
knock
screens
off.
need to be adjustable too. You got to be able to bring them up, and if you're taller, your eye line's higher, so they can be higher.
Right.
So I think they need to be on a little stock, but it's not something that's not good. Like something you could grab and pull it up and pull it down.
I mean, I can origami myself into and out of both sides, so that works. And I didn't even know you had a manual release, which was one of my complaints. You have it, great, one less complaint. But yeah, that's just the thing I've noticed. And we'll see how the drives go later. How it feels.
Good to be travel size sometimes, I guess.
Yep.
Travel size, yeah.
That's what we call it.
But it feels solid.
Yeah.
And for whatever version of a test, I mean, you're hitting it, moving it,
Hope so.
suspension's good.
Yeah, it's so much more impressive in person.
Yeah.
It's.
I mean, the press carbon is
It's bigger than I
solid.
thought it would be.
Yeah. I heard F-150 even. I'm still like thinking about this, like how high an F-150 is and how wide. Yeah, I wasn't anticipating it being as.
Yeah, it makes me want to cry seeing those Italian parts come in and sit on the shelf, and just so freaking beautiful how far we've come to make something like
That's awesome.
that looks as compelling as this thing does and feels as compelling. And Italian engineers that have worked for some of the craziest supercar companies working on our thing just because they love it.
Is Sandy Monroe still working with you all?
Yeah, he came to the IPO. He was,
Fantastic. Yeah.
we had a margarita.
That's awesome. Well, thank you. And I'll run everything by Chris.
Along with the $42 million grant program that we're part of, which is the matching grant. Yeah. We spend $1, they give us $1.
Yeah. I think I found that one on Etsy. That one's from Aptera.
So another Polydrops, another RV company. We've got them on pushback tug at Salt Lake City Airport. Been running for 9 months and it's never had to charge. Really? Just the labor savings is a significant ROI where they can pay for the equipment just for the labor that they save in that vehicle.
Any loss of production or solar production on the panels that have been out there in the sun? How they perform?
We just got a new generation of cells too, so Gen 6 cells from Axion, which are another 6% more efficient. So that'll make for much better solar production and get everything going on hopefully the solar revenue. There's so much money over there. How come one of these people that have their houses lined in gold, how come they can't write us a $100 million check just to get it done? And
Did they have a good answer?
We were so close to having two distinct things done over there, but the change in administration and the change of focus over there, they started focusing on military spending, not domestic spending or technology spending.
Pendulums will
What's the end of
swing.
that?
Pendulums will swing.
What?
Pendulums will swing.
Yeah, they're
Already starting to.
They were very interested in technologies, and the UAE and some of those parts over there, they have basically free energy. So glass production, smelting aluminum, like it's a great place for that because they don't have any energy input costs. The problem with doing a lot of that heavy industry stuff in Europe is the power rates are so high.
Yeah.
If power is a big input into the thing you're making, you're paying European power rates. So you want to go where the power is cheap. So I think there's still great possibilities there. There's great companies there, good people there. Just gotta get the right one. I'd rather make everything in California or Arizona, but that's also a possibility too.
Are you scouting sites in Arizona right now? For the next factory?
We have looked at some sites in Nevada, though, in the Vegas area.
But the TSMC complex, there's a lot of land that expenses.
Land is easy. It's turning it into a factory. So one of the good ideas that we have is don't upfit the land. So the Public Benefit Corporation trying to help the environment the best we can. Find a piece of land, put a tent on it, run all the power from solar, take your trash and your refuse and your waste, have it done in a compostable way, and then you could basically have a clean sheet span of land. You could exist there for a decade, pull everything up and go move somewhere else and start again somewhere else. So, SpaceX and other companies like that did that. Basically, tent cities. You don't need to put down concrete to do the kind of manufacturing that we're doing. You can do it. They've got these rig mats. They're like just heavy mats that you put down on the ground to hold down the soil. That'd be enough to do up to our production. a lot of different ways to think about manufacturing and environmental
Thinking
impact.
outside the box.
Yeah, it's cheaper too. So, you know, if you want the big fancy tilt-up factory, it's dollars. You got to put a real estate agent in the middle, and you know, all sorts of agencies want to get their cut. How many fees can you pay to start producing an Aptera vehicle? It's a surprising amount. I'll spoil it.
The warehouses and stuff that are going to be surplus, I think that'd be another ideal spot.
Yeah, anything that's flat, pretty much.
Have power.
No, nothing. We're not doing anything that's power intensive. We're not welding. There's like some conveyance and you know some DC nut runners and screw guns and stuff. But
What's the water impact for a factory of yours?
That's a good question. You know, usually you would have water for cleaning and kind of chemical processes, but
Pretty low.
I can't think of anything except like a wash down before you start to deliver it. Very likely we'll have a delivery prep center.
Yeah.
So you'll have a light assembly facility, you get to the end, you'll have a test route, you drive it, and you end up at a place where they have basically a clean room. So they can wipe the whole vehicle down, they can put the wrap on it, they can get it ready to ship to the customer. Or you come and have a delivery experience.
And you're not painting, right? So that in and of
No
itself.
paint, no welding.
Talk to-
You got to fill the windshield washer fluid. That's pretty
You
much
should
it.
talk to our folks in
Burn
Tucson.
the tires. Huh?
You should talk to Tucson. We are such an ego-conscious community. We're
Yeah.
pushing back on a lot of big projects, but I feel like everyone can get behind.
Solar powered
Aptera.
dream machines, we'd love to make them.
Yeah.
Let's talk to our council.
Seriously, I would 100% get in front of City Council and Pima County supervisors.
Are you guys
Yeah,
interested?
yeah. Drove up
So
for
are we.
it.
Yeah,
Nice.
we drove up today too.
Yeah.
Marana's building like crazy right now.
Yeah.
Trying to expand as much and bring businesses in. So it's just north of Tucson.
The Tucson crew.
Marana, you said?
Yeah, Marana.
Yeah.
Growing like a weed right now.
Yeah.
I know Marana.
That's where we live actually.
Kind of nowhere, so if they but there's lots of room.
There's lots of land out there. Yeah.
And Tucson just cares more about the environment than Phoenix does. So I think it would be you'd have a vocal group of advocates in the community, which never
Tucson
happens.
might be why I'm in this, because I lived in Tucson when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I would help clean up around a bar, and they would give me quarters so I could play the video games.
Yeah.
And then I got to know the guy that maintained the video games, and he would come in every day and collect the quarters. And I'd be like, hey, you know, I can help you clean them up, I can help you whatever. So he started, you know, letting me like do cleanup jobs and stuff. And eventually I worked up to running 3 arcades for him. And I would do all the maintenance and repair, I'd clean them, and he would just come and collect the quarters from me.
Wasn't old D&D pinball, was it? Down at 4th?
No, it was like pool hall stuff. They were all pretty small, but that's how I started fixing my first pinball machines. And that was the first, you know, PLC loop controllers for pinball machines.
Yeah.
Getting into electronics, you know, like Tucson, Arizona.
Come on
At the
down.
same time, I was fixing BMX bikes and Nintendos. I had a thing in the newspaper where you bring me your Nintendo, and for $29, I was fixing anything wrong with it. It cost $99 plus a controller to buy them. So
Always an entrepreneur.
it worked out well. I had a ton of those Nintendos. I remember the power supplies would always go bad, so I went to this guy. He ordered me like 100 power supplies, and I went to him, it was 10. And I paid him in cash. He was like, what the fuck are you doing with these power supplies? And I didn't want to tell him because I didn't want him like cutting in on my business.
Yeah.
So, so it was the power supplies and the spring and the little pullback tray and the little connectors. You had to clean them out with alcohol.
Still do.
Tucson, Arizona. I went back a couple years ago in the apartment that I rented 2 extra apartments.
They're just using them as little waypoints or something. You see trucks
The
coming
apartment
through
complex is still there in Tucson.
With the S1 being filed yesterday, what's the timeline on those shares? Because there's 60 million worth, right, at yesterday's prices. Because there's 6 million went up. With the S1, so the SEC filing that went out, was it yesterday? or the day
The
before?
SEC filing was to be able to issue shares against the equity line of credit that we have.
Yeah. So when do those actually get purchased? They're tranches.
So we just have to request for them to be purchased.
So you all control when that gets pulled.
we control them.
Wow.
So we would want to time it when the market is favorable
Yeah.
to take those. So the more our stock trades, the higher the price, the better the terms.
Yeah.
Equity line of credit.
Yeah.
So obviously, if the market's getting trounced and everything's down and dirty, then we may not.
I think you're in pretty
Okay,
good shape for
that makes
the next
sense.
3 years in terms of the market, financial situation.
Oh yeah, man. There's such clarity, in the economy and government. And the tariffs are just so well known. I just plan on those. Everything's difficult to believe right now, but we're excited to be a public company. We're excited to be able to come here and have 600 people come join us and cheer us on, and hopefully we'll be able to do that all over the world.
Wow.
Be able to do your pilot production, if you call it that, at your existing facilities.
We can build 20,000 vehicles a year out of our shop. After that, it's a little hard to get trucks in now. It's hard. The logistics of it gets a little hard. But there's a company down the street from us. It's basically the same facility layout as us. It's called Dimension 1 Spas. And they build 25,000 spas a year out of there. About as big as an Aptera. So about the same bill of materials actually do in terms of part count. So you can do it if you have a lean way to do it in a facility just like ours.
That's a lot of cars every year.
Yeah.
20,000 cars.
It's 40 per shift. So every 8-hour shift, you're putting out 40 vehicles.
Is that 3 shifts?
So 2 shifts would be 80 a day. 80 a day is about 20,000 vehicles.
What about the shells? I mean, the carbon fiber.
The shells will come from Italy.
Yeah.
Then they'll come here, get bonded, and then
That's not a rate limiting step at all. It's not a rate limiting step getting them.
No, the tools that we have over there can do 100,000 a year, so it's really just figuring out with them when they do the pressing.
I heard that
100,000 a year.
part of the body that you do, or the body, is one of the largest things that firm makes.
The tub is the largest carbon fiber part right now in the world.
Are you concerned about that happening? Any doubts that they may not be able to produce it?
The second largest part in the world is the Toyota Tacoma pickup bed.
Okay.
And they make thousands and thousands of those. Just
Hundreds of
fine.
them.
So,
Yeah.
Where in Italy are they?
they're in Modena, Italy.
Oh, that's a good home.
It's very pretty. They got great bolognese.
Yes.
So they make these puff pastries that go with the pasta too. They're just awesome.
Doesn't Ferrari have some facilities there as well?
The Ferrari, Lamborghini, Bugatti, Aston Martin. No, Aston Martin's British.
Yeah, British.
They do make the McLaren bodies there, but I don't think they go back to England to get them put together.
Are they carbon fiber?
Maybe a Lotus.
Certain parts of the world. How big is it?
There's a lot of really cool companies there. Really great to be in that kind of automotive excellence sector, but doing something completely different. I'll tell you, when we go meet with engineering groups there and we take the Aptera around, like Aptera is the show. $2 million sports, whatever, very pretty, but everybody's looking at the Aptera.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to take a picture with the Aptera.
Yeah.
You see Lamborghinis all the time. You don't see a solar powered spaceship everywhere.
Are tariffs going to affect anything coming from Italy or any other parts?
No, Trump said we're good. He's just going to let it. No, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's something.
It
How much you
changes
have for
every
lobbying?
day. I wish there was clarity, but there's not. So hopefully, they're going to have to sort it out eventually. People are starting to get real antsy, and it's going to hamper American, manufacturing prowess.
Yeah.
How close do you think you are to publishing an SRP on the launch edition?
It's $40,000 as of today until something changes their mind.
Okay.
An interesting thing about being a public benefit corporation is transparency has always been kind of a key virtue for us. We try to spit out any information that we have. We have to be a little more judicious now that we're a public company. We got to push it through appropriate channels. But we want to price this vehicle such that we can put the most amount of Apteras on the road. And it's kind of a conversation with all of you. we feel that we need to make 17 points of margin long term to be able to develop new vehicles, to be healthy and grow, all these things to scale the company. In the future, that may become more apparent. Hey, we're building 100,000 of these things a year. Maybe 17 is not the number. Maybe 15 is the number. Whatever that is. But okay, the place where we're getting these chassis just rose the price on us. $2,000 each. We're sorry, we raised the price on the Aptera $2,000 because of the influence of whatever geopolitical blah 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 is. But,
Is there any thought to bringing that type of manufacturing stateside?
Yeah, we're already building solar panels here. We want to be able to build the Binks here eventually, hopefully in conjunction with CPC. The aluminum parts. Energy is really expensive in the U.S., so it's hard to think about smelting aluminum here. There hasn't been a new smelting plant put up in the U.S. for 2 generations or something.
Yeah.
There's a brand new smelting plant for aluminum being put up in Benson, down about 3 hours south.
Is it?
When my kids are in graduate school, they'll be smelting the first.
They just broke ground on it, so
maybe they'll be able to bring some of that stuff back, but it's it doesn't look like anything that happens within the time frame of our initial production.
Carbon tubs, the parts that are getting pressed.
Yeah, no, that's easier. The presses that make them are huge, so it's not something that they even make in the U.S. anymore. You got to buy them from Italy or Japan or China. The California Energy Commission is paying us to build manufacturing here in California to get jobs to California. Some other state could come with a similar deal and be like, hey, we want manufacturing in Arizona. Let's pay for you to bring the presses here, bring the jobs here, bring whatever technology here, and we'll do it.
We as Arizonans could write that up.
Huh?
We as Arizonans could write that up, right, and get it to one of our legislators. I mean, I'm all for the advocacy piece.
Automated
Small city going
production line
just north of town.
Yeah.
Making microchips.
Initially, it'll be very manual, and then basically you want to automate anything that's dangerous or terribly repetitive, meaning the operator getting bored or hurt. So same thing.
It'll move from station to station manually.
So because we have very limited parts, and because everything is built in sub-assemblies, we think that manual processes will do us very well. And eventually, we'd love to automate.
Just making a note, I'll put it all into a spreadsheet.
But it'll take probably
Connecting to
years.
A lot of money.
Yeah, we don't want to buy any robots until it's done the same way every time, month in, month out. And like you can talk to the operator. It's like, every day I do this.
Any idea of how many stations it'll go through?
12 stations, takt time 12 minutes each. Takes about 2 hours to build a Aptera stainless stone.
That's amazing.
Chris, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you,
Thanks for
sir.
the information.
We appreciate it. Glad you came out. Tell all your friends SEV
Yeah, don't worry.
future. See you, brother.
I should have mentioned earlier, I bought my initial shares moonlighting in the emergency department.
Oh.
So thank you for the opportunity of the WeFunder when you guys came back out in 2019. That was huge. Yeah, the whole goal was to just invest enough to where it would hopefully end up paying for the vehicle. Hopefully there'll be a lot more now. Hopefully put my kid through school.
Hopefully, get the stock up, back up north of where we IPO'd, and a lot of people will be setting pretty.
It'd be awesome. Thank you.
Chris, what about the transmission? Any headway on that with the transmission?
The 2-speed?
Yeah.
Working with InMotive, trying to get things going with them. It'll be a process. They have to go through validation themselves. We're not really sure, where they're going to manufacture that thing. They've got partners in Suzuki, so maybe it comes out through some other channel first. But we like them. They've helped us. We think it's got a good future.
Did you put one in the vehicle yet?
Just the high gear, though, not shifting.
Are the numbers looking good, or is it kind of performance? Can't ask me what hour per mile like that, or
You can ask.
what do you want to say?
Doesn't mean he's gonna say. We want to get Gemini out there to go to fair shape. That this is the vehicle aerodynamically, weight-wise, and the powertrain that is production worthy. Before we really talk about that, we feel good about the numbers. I mean, we drove from Flagstaff, down to California, and 122 watt-hours per mile, best number the world's ever seen. The VW1L program spent billions. 169 watt hours per mile, one of the biggest automotive companies out there. They tried every trick they could. They had every engineering talent they could put on it. It's not a side-by-side seater. It's a tandem seater. It's a lot less usable, I think, than the Aptera. But 169 watt hours per mile, 122, and it only gets better from there.
Yeah.
So, 100, baby. It's also simple math, so. In situations, it'll depend really how you use it too. So if there's use cases where you could do far below that, but we've always quoted what's easy to understand, which is an EPA driving cycle.
That's smart.
So.
What about with the new motor in the vehicle out here, the front-wheel drive? Any difference with that compared to in-wheel motors?
There is, yeah, a little different noise signature, a little worse aerodynamics because you've got the drivetrain and three-string. The weight distribution's a little better with the front-wheel drive motor, and actually it's a little lighter than the in-wheel motors were. 3 in-wheel motors is heavier than the front-wheel drive package. Not by a lot, a couple kilograms, like 6 kilograms. But
every ounce counts.
Every ounce counts.
What's the package area? It's a lot larger than I envisioned it to be. The area,
F1 hit
behind the
me.
driver.
Yeah.